What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have like and sub, and let's get into this. They went full gay. You never go full gay. Here we have Disney's Marvel X-Men 97 goes full gay by having Morph lust after Wolverine in Bo DeMayo's third episode. And I laughed when I saw it, and I was like, did they really Of course they did. Of course they did. And I know this all started when it would be announced that Morph would be depicted as non-binary, even though in the original he was in fact a heterosexual, heteronormative male presenting, even if he did was able to change his forms to other shapes. His base form was a dude. This version is very much more effeminate, full on. And yeah, so let's get into this. Of course, Random Pulse. X-Men 97 went off the rails for its third episode, putting the LGBTQ agenda on full display through the character of Morph, who has already caused controversy for the show in the way the character has been described as non-binary. The episode, co-written by the fired showrunner Bo DeMayo, has taken Marvel to new lows in what is supposed to be children's programming. Oh, do they pretend that they're making this for kids? Bo DeMayo stated that Disney Marvel brought him in to communicate his experiences as a black man, a black gay man. As the series was about to premiere, this came with a flurry of bad PR for X-Men 97, as Morph was revealed to be non-binary, sparking outrage from Marvel fans. On top of it, one of the lead designers gave an interview about body diversity to virtue signal the show's identity politics. Yeah, well, and that body diversity also turned Rogue into a pole. And even if the excuse of non-binary, look, I was the first one to make the joke that is now being proven true and not a joke, that this version of Morph and Wolverine get drunk together, and then Morph turns into Jean Grey and lets Wolverine go to Pound Town. And based on some of the jokes and body language, I don't think it's a joke anymore. I think that's actually their dynamic, that every once in a while, Morph gets a little something from Wolverine if he wears the right suit. You know what I'm saying? The episode co-written, of course, by that Bo DeMayo stated that Disney Marvel brought him in to communicate. We talked about that. And I actually defended him on that too, saying that, well, maybe he meant, wanting to belong to a larger part of society and not be ostracized who they are at their core. Maybe that's what he meant when we'd use those insights. Apparently not. While fans were tepid about X-Men 97, many were assuaged by its first two episodes, which, yeah, me too. Not assuaged, but it was like, it definitely wasn't as horrible as I was expecting, which upheld many of the characterizations of the old animated series cartoon. However, it was noted by a critic that the second episode was a reference to MAGA on January 6th. Yeah, I noticed it too, made a video about it, and apparently others did too. On purpose or not, they definitely chose something that has a pretty definitive January 6th analogy there, reference at the end. But like many Disney Marvel properties, X-Men 97 pulled the bait and switch in the third episode. In the episode, and spoilers here, yes, if you care about that, Jean Grey, who we knew was pregnant and with Scott, is revealed to be a clone by Mr. Sinister, and is activated and turned into the Goblin Queen. The episode then cuts scenes together with all the X-Men grappling with the situation, and it was here that the homosexual subtext starts, with Morph as he makes jokes about Rogue and Magneto training in the Danger Room and sexualizes the content about Magneto's stamina while leaning on Wolverine in a feminine manner. Now, they're very close. Wolverine then goes to look for Jean Grey, and Morph sighs longingly as Wolverine goes away, saying, "And then there was Morph." And there's a lot of little things like that if you're paying attention and reading into it, you know what they're doing. Even though that was subtle, it gets far more overt and worse, showing Bo DeMayo's gay black man agenda on full display as Mr. Sinister's psychic attack begins. Morph goes into the shower where there is a male who appears to be Wolverine inside. He smirks as he looks at the body. Morph then gets his claws out. He pops out one, like he changes his hand into a Wolverine hand and pops out just the middle claw, and then says, "Need some help with those hard to reach spaces," and goes into the shower. And then the scene changes into something else. Now, I can hear the defenders saying, "Oh, it shows them fighting and training in other places, and he's doing that as like an antagonistic joke." My bro, why is he going into the fucking shower? There's only one reason you go into the showers, when your homies are in there alone. And that reason is there ain't a fucking reason. All right. This ain't MASH where we have scenes of Hawkeye and Trapper in the shower talking together. This very clearly had heterosexual undertones to it, or homosexual undertones to it. And it's another one of those, like, I don't care if you have gay people in your show, but why did you have to make it Morph? And why did you have to make it between him and Wolverine? That's the problem. And that's at least my issue with it. It's clear Morph means to have a homosexual encounter with who he thinks is Wolverine in the shower before the situation unfurls into the full psychic attack on the X-Men. Many stands of the show were mocking outrage critics. Many stands of the show were mocking outrage critics, saying we were overreacting to Morph becoming non-binary, saying that it's implied with shape-shifting, which was never the case in 1997. And also, I don't see anyone trying to get Mystique to be non-binary. The word is a much more modern construct, but the outraged fandom has proved to be correct yet again, and yet another character in a kids' TV show has been turned into an overt homosexual in order to push the Hollywood agenda. Reaper killer creator Joe Suntag wasn't impressed with the change, stating on X, so they waited for episode 3 of X-Men 97 to make that non-binary Morph pretty much straight up gay. And of course, we got the Goblin Queen, which did have boobs, so they can do it. They took him away from Rogue, and they gave him to Jean, I guess. Other fans voiced similar disgruntled opinions on the change from Morph, who originally was played as a male with no sexual overtones towards characters like Wolverine. Yes, you heard me say that in the beginning. With this being the 3rd episode, one can expect Beau DeMayo to incorporate his gay black man experience into more episodes in the future X-Men 97. As it settles in and Disney Marvel becomes more and more comfortable making radical changes with an already hooked audience. Well, the first season's done, and the second season is apparently already written and done. So those are done. So the things they're comfortable with. And Beau, of course, was in the midst of talking about that 3rd season before he was fired for apparently still that OnlyFans that either was or wasn't non-nude. Either way, that's the least of my concerns if a fucking writer has an OnlyFans. But either way, for now, X-Men 97 may have started off strong, but it is a disappointment. What do you think of X-Men 97 and Beau DeMayo inserting a gay Morph? Yeah, I think it's exactly what he said he wasn't going to do. And when I defended him and saying that, you know, you as a gay black man, he might have some nice experiences of relating that to being a mutant and trying for acceptance from the larger blah, blah, blah. No, he just made Morph non-binary and has him try to fuck Wolverine in the shower. Thanks, bro. You're really helping my case. And that's the thing. You guys want to call us all homophobic and sexist. Guess what? There really are some homophobic people out there. I'm one of the non-homophobic moderate people. I actually am a fucking ally. I live in California. But you've so overplayed your hand. You've so infested every single thing with your ideology to a 10. You can't even have your friends defend you anymore, because look at what you do when you get a chance. Thanks, Beau. So maybe you did deserve that firing. I don't know. I really do hope we find out more about that specifically. And let's see what the rest of this. But listen to all you gay writers. You don't have to make every established character gay. You don't. You are allowed to make new ones. Just letting you know if no one told you that. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and sub. Let me know what you're thinking of X-Men 97. And thank you if you sub. And thank you if you're going to.
Well, bye.